Let's take a look at the last aggravating factor. Aggravating factor number 5, that the defendant committed the offense of murder in the first degree while lying in wait and from ambush. Lying in wait, ambush. So I'd ask you to consider these victims of murder, the 12 victims of murder, before the defendant came into that theater armed with 3 firearms. They were unaware of any danger. How could they be aware of any danger? They were watching a movie in a movie theater, a place of enjoyment and safety. And they were helpless to do anything about what was about to happen to them. And the defendant was in a place of concealment, lying in wait, ambush. That's the place of concealment right there. You heard lots of testimony from lots of people in the theater that the defendant went in through that door. You heard lots of testimony from police that found him outside that door, at his car. You saw this. You actually have this in evidence, this clip that the defendant put on the door to keep it from closing all the way. This place of concealment, of hiding, of lying in wait to kill people who had no idea that anything was coming. They had no way to know. They could not know, unless they were somehow psychic, that danger stood right outside that door. The defendant went through that door, and he came in right there through that door, and then they knew. And then they knew, but they couldn't do anything to protect themselves. And then the killing started. The defendant came from a place of hiding and killed people who had no idea that danger was coming. That is ambush. That is lying in wait. And we have proven to you beyond a reasonable doubt that this aggravating factor is present for each and every count of first-degree murder. We have proven to you that all aggravating factors applicable to each count, because there's one aggravating factor only applies to 2, are present. We have proven that to you. And this is unlike the first phase of the trial where we would ask you to find the defendant guilty. You've already found him guilty. What we're doing here in this phase 1 is asking you to go back there and find that these facts are the truth. That they are the truth.
I'm going to object to the truth. Can we approach?
I'll sustain the objection. Why don't you rephrase, Mr. Orman?
That all of these factors are present beyond a reasonable doubt.